And that was Riding Home with the Raider. Good evening. I am your host, Stefan Ramey, and welcome to the Conquerall Mills Music Show, recorded at Conquerall Music on 88.7 Cove FM and online at covefm.com. Tonight, I have Adam McConnell, Dylan Haynes, Gordon Moreau, Gary Romke, and Peter Millett joining me in the studio as the contemporary jazz and fusion band Full House. Now let's go to the record floor for our show this evening. We are live off the floor at Conquerall Music. A warm welcome to our studio audience, listeners at home, and our feature artist tonight, Full House. Welcome, Peter, Dylan, Adam, Gary, and Gordon. So I'm going to start off by asking you a question just because there are 5 of you in here tonight. You've elected your one voice, and I'll be conducting most of the interview with Peter Millett. So I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me, Peter, and hopefully you'll act as a good intermediary between the band and our audience here tonight.
Well, thanks, Stefan, for inviting us to come down tonight, and especially for your work promoting local music through venues and through opportunities like this. So thank you so much for having us, bands. Very excited tonight.
Oh, thank you very much. And I was looking really forward to having you guys in. So I think a good question to start with, and this has become sort of my go-to with the show. Who are the members of Full House, and what do you guys do?
Okay, well, let's start with, on the drums, Gord Moreau. Gord is a lineman with Riverport Electric. I think he runs the whole show down there pretty much. So if your power's out, this is a guy you go to right here, Gord Moreau. On guitar, we have Adam McConnell. And Adam is a local fellow just up the road. We said when we came in we could almost throw a rock to his house. And he is a music teacher at Bridgewater Junior Senior High School. And on bass we have Gary Romke from Riverport. Gary is retired, but he is he's our rock when it comes to the bass line. He's a killer bass player, and you'll be hearing that a little more tonight. On keyboards we have Dylan Haynes, again from Riverport, and Dylan is a tech person at HB Studios in Lunenburg. So he brings a whole wealth of information and technology to the band, and killer keyboard player as well. And my name is Peter Millett, and I am an elementary school teacher from the area. So
you've got a very diverse group, various and sundry occupations between all of you guys. How long have you been playing together as the band Full House?
We are just starting our 4th year of playing together. We started in January just 4 years ago, so this is this is almost to the week when we first started playing together.
That's excellent. Well, I think what we should do is jump into a tune. Why don't you tell us, Peter, what you're going to play and maybe why you chose the song?
Sure. We've got a tune called "Comin' Home Baby," and it was originally written by Bob Dorough and Ben Tucker. Song has been covered by lots and lots of jazz artists, including David Sanborn, and vocal by Mel Torme. We found a version we really liked by a talented guitar player by the name of Zachary Bro. And it's probably the first song that we played together, and it still remains one of our favorite songs and one of our audience's favorite songs. So, "Comin' Home Baby."
That was a bit of a marathon for you guys. That clocks in about 7 minutes 30 seconds thereabout. So man,
That's one of our shorter numbers.
So before you played Coming Home Baby, you said that this is your 4-year anniversary within about a week. How did you guys wind up forming together as a band? How did the 5 members of Full House come together to be the band that you are today?
Well, we play a song called Revelation, and it was really almost a bit of a revelation how we all came to play together. Gordy and I were playing in the Mahone Bay Legion band, and I knew the kind of style of music that Gordy was really, really good at playing, and I really wanted to put a project together. So every year, the Mahone Bay Legion Swing Band and the Riverport Choir play a joint concert at Christmas.
Yes.
So picture this: we're in the Anglican Church in Mahone Bay, and Gary's tuning up his guitar and warming up his guitar right up in front of the big stained glass windows, and his warm-up tune is Master Blaster, Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
And he's just ripping on this. And I'm going, and the light shining in through the window, and he's kind of sitting in this light, just like something you see on TV. So I said, wow, look at this. So anyway, I approached Gary, and I knew that Dylan was playing as well with the Riverport Choir, and he's playing these Christmas songs, but there's all these kind of really cool effects that are happening in there, and they're just like swirls and sleigh bells and you name it, and he's got it happening. And I'm going, wow. So I approached Gordy first, and Gary and Dylan, and then we were lucky enough to have Adam, who's a very accomplished musician. Adam really he can play anything really. In his role as a music teacher, he can play every instrument under the sun. We're just lucky that he's playing guitar with us. We're very lucky to have him. So the group really came together, and I had always had this interest in this type of music, and to find in Lunenburg County, South Shore, Nova Scotia, to find 4 like-minded individuals who are interested in this kind of music and would put in the time. It was just amazing.
This is almost a little bit like Kismet. It sounds like that you guys were all able to come together and play music together.
Oh yeah, and we practice every Monday in Riverport in a church hall down there, and we really have a lot of fun. Well,
I'm going to let your music do the talking. Why don't you set us up for the next tune that you're going to do, please?
Okay, so a lot of the smooth jazz or contemporary jazz songs are written by bass players, and in this case, this is a tune called "The Chicken," and it's written by superstar bass player Jaco Pastorius. Anyway, the song the song features our bass player Gary Ramey. It's a really fun song for us to play. It's called "The Chicken."
That was The Chicken, written by Jaco Pastorius and performed by Full House. We're going to take a quick break for some commercial messages, but after that, we'll be back and chat a little bit more with Full House, so stay tuned. And we are back live off the floor, and you are listening to the Conquerall Mills Music Show on 88.7 Cove FM and online at covefm.com. And tonight we're featuring the contemporary jazz fusion band Full House. Thanks again, guys, for coming out and joining us tonight.
Well, thanks so much for having us in. We really appreciate it.
And I just want to make a quick little correction there before the break. I said that The Chicken was actually written by Jaco Pastorius, but you said that it wasn't written by him, but was that song was popularized by him.
Popularized by him.
All right, excellent. Well, just wanted to make sure we had that clarified. So in doing my research and prepping for the show, I was looking over some of your materials, your website and things like that, and you describe the music that you play as contemporary jazz or fusion music. What sort of led you guys to go to that style? Because I know not a lot of bands around here are playing jazz or fusion music or contemporary jazz music, so I'd like to know what was it about that style of music that drew you to playing?
Well, growing up, of course, I listened to Spyro Gyra, David Sanborn personally, and I know the members of the band were interested in that type of music and those bands as well. There are quite a few local bands who are playing jazz, what you might call straight up jazz, and we were looking for something a little different to fill maybe a different niche, and something a little more orchestral, something with a little more bass in it, heavier rhythm on the drums, something that would and a sharper edge of guitar, something that would really open us up to some perhaps larger venues. We have a lot of the people who come out to our concerts like to dance, for instance, and so we wanted our own brand of music, our own niche of music.
Okay, and so I'm assuming that all the members in the band, and again, where you're the mouthpiece, you might have to answer for them, but everyone in the band sort of like that style of music to begin with, and that's being like-minded. That's how that sort of came together.
Well, I think so. I think the music has a certain. I know that it has a certain challenge in chords, for instance, the speed, and it really seems to suit us. We've been together, as I said, this is our fourth year, and we can kind of, when we're looking for music, we can kind of tell a song that really fits our group.
Yes.
And in early going, you would not believe the number of songs that we would bring to a practice, and we'd play them once or twice, and then they'd be out the door. But now we have really we've kind of, our focus is tighter, perhaps. And I think ultimately we really enjoy the music that we're playing. Well,
let's continue to showcase your chops here on the Conquerall Mills Music Show. What are you going to play for us next, guys?
Okay, this is a song, and it is written by Marcus Miller. It's another great bass player. This song was inspired by the city of Maputo. It's a beautiful beachfront city located in Mozambique, Africa. And with the temperature outside tonight, it would be great if we could all just at least think that we're on the beachfront in Maputo.
Yeah, warm us up, guys. That was excellent. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
In listening to your music now, normally on the show, when I bring bands or artists in, predominantly they're playing original music. The tunes that you're playing for us tonight are all covers, although I hesitate to call them a cover just because obviously they're pretty ambitious. No one in their right mind would probably tackle those as like, oh, this will be a fun one to cover, but you guys have the chops to do it. I want to know, do you have any ambition of writing your own material? Is there a reason why you stick to covers? Can you tell me a bit about that, please?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. Traditional jazz musicians would have a fake book, and they would have the head written out, and then a jazz musician would go and improvise. And really, very rarely do we play the song the same way twice. And it's not by accident that we're doing that. It's just the feel of the moment. So traditionally, that would be the way you would do it, and the pieces that we pick are considered again in that jazz genre. However, we do realize as a band, in order to move forward and to move out of our small area and our small genre, if we want to move to a different level of playing East Coast Music Awards or even the Halifax Jazz Festival, I think we understand that we have to have our own music. We have to have, and in that regard, we're very lucky to have Adam McConnell, who does have a folder full of songs that we have been working on from time to time. But again, with the day job, sometimes it's tough to do that. But yes. Adam has composed a number of songs that we've played, and I think down the road, who knows, crystal ball, that it would be really cool to play our own music, and that's kind of a long way off, perhaps, but it's still, I think, a natural progression.
So when you get together then at your practices and you're trying to come up with the material that you're going to play, this might be a little bit of a loaded question, but how do you make the decision as to what songs get played, and how do you sort of go through that process? Does everyone bring a bunch of songs in and you chuck them on the table, or how does that work?
I think that's pretty much how it goes. Everybody is continuously looking on YouTube, continuously listening on radio, listening different places, going through fake books, looking for tunes that we think that we can manipulate, as perhaps adapt, I guess is a better word, adapt to the group that we have. And then we bring it in, and everybody in the band kind of puts things together, but between Dylan and Adam, they're excellent arrangers, really super arrangers, and they work out the songs, how many solos, what solo goes where, and it is really, really cool to be working with musicians. We're lucky. Gary is a phenomenal bass player. He can grab a piece of music, it takes it home, wood sheds it rather, and he's watching the videos to see the fingering and all that kind of stuff, and man, he comes back prepared. Gordy can play anything. I mean, you notice he doesn't have a sheet of music in front of him. Adam as well. It's just unbelievable. These guys, they just play and really, really cool vibe that we have going.
And I certainly feel that comes through. I mean, just sitting here and listening to you in this room, and for our listeners at home, I think you can tell that you've been playing together, and you've definitely gelled and certainly hit your stride with your performance. So let's not deny the people what they want to hear. How about you play us another one, please?
Okay, this is another great Marcus Miller arrangement, Marcus Miller song. It's always a favorite of our audiences. We have a lot of fun playing it as well. It's up-tempo song with a driving rhythm, very melodic chorus. This is one snake that you definitely don't need to be afraid of. The song's called Snakes.
and that was Snakes as performed by Full House. We're going to take our last break, but we'll be back with more from Full House on the Conquerall Mills Music Show. And we are back with Full House on the Conquerall Mills Music Show on Cove FM. And as we're getting into the last part of the show, maybe going to ask you one more question, turn it over to you guys to play for a little bit. Well, I might ask two questions, but we'll start with this one in going over the material that you have posted to your website. You mentioned that you participated in the International Jazz Day last year. That was in Lunenburg, I believe, at the old Lunenburg Academy. It's now the Music Academy, is it not?
Lunenburg. Yeah.
Yes, and so can you tell us a little bit about what was involved with that? How did you guys get involved, and what is International Jazz Day?
Well, actually, Dylan should be the one to explain it. Dylan brought this to our attention and signed us up. Basically, it's a day, the end of April. Actually, April is International Jazz Appreciation Month.
Okay.
And but one day of April, bands from all over the world get together and play concerts. Basically, it can be very small concerts, can be very large concerts. Unfortunately, last year we didn't get invited to the White House with Barack Obama and Michelle. They had lots and lots of fabulous jazz musicians there, but we had an excellent concert in Lamp, and usually we team up with another group, and we celebrate International Jazz Day.
Excellent. So, like I said, I want to make sure that you get the maximum bang for your buck in terms of playing tunes for us. And where we are a little bit short on time, I'm basically going to get you to play your last two, and I'll let you set them up for us and play whenever you feel comfortable.
Okay, first song we're going to play is called Chameleon. We have a fabulous keyboardist here, and a song written by Herbie Hancock. And this will feature, as I said, our keyboardist, Dylan Haynes. Chameleon.
That was awesome, guys. And what are you going to play for us last?
Last song will be a recognizable tune, I hope, by, as Adam says, one of the most famous Scottish funk bands of all time. This is going to be Pick Up the Pieces by Average White Band.
That was absolutely fantastic, guys. And once again, thank you so much for coming in this evening and playing for us. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for inviting us. We had a blast. And again, thanks to Conquerall Music for supporting local musicians in the area. Thanks so much, Stefan.
No problem, and thank you.
And Adam in the booth, and Nathan. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. And before you guys actually all pack up, I think the most pertinent question I can ask you right at the end of the show would be if people want to find out more about your band or booking you, where can they go to get that information?
Well, we are well connected. We are on Facebook, Full House Band. We are also on. We have a website, Full House Band Riverport. So if you Google those, you should be able to find us. And we have pictures of our concerts and upcoming events and some of our music on there. So,
well, fellas, it has been an absolute slice. Thank you so much for coming in this evening, and I'd also like to take this time to also thank our studio audience who is here this evening for attending. I am your host, Stefan Ramey, and this has been the Conquerall Mills Music Show. Well, folks, that's our show for the evening. Tune in next week to hear Greg Sim, Jim Bell, and Lindsay Marr performing in the studio as their new project, Woodside. The Conquerall Mills Music Show is hosted, produced, and mixed by Stefan Ramey at Conquerall Music. Our engineer in the control room this evening was Adam Fancy, and our front-of-house engineer this evening was Nathan Lavigne. If you are interested in being featured on the show, or you wish to participate in our studio audience, please call 902-530-3730 or message us on Facebook at the Conquerall Mills Music Show. To hear previous episodes, please visit our YouTube channel at Conquerall Music. Stay tuned for Time Machine with Bob McDonald at 9 p.m. Thank you for listening to the Conquerall Mills Music Show on 88.7 CKVE Cove FM and online at covefm.com. Have a good one.